Meet Seonji, a beautiful girl with two different personalities. By day, she's gentle and graceful. But from 2 a.m. until sunrise, she gets possessed by a demon, revealing a fierce face and acting very strangely. One day, her neighbor Gil-gu happens to meet Seonji. He is instantly captivated by her stunning beauty, and he quickly develops a secret crush on her. Then one day, Gil-gu returns home at dawn. There, he runs into his goddess, Seonji. But it's not the same, as she's now possessed by a demon. She goes wild and starts choking Gil-gu. Gil-gu learns that Seonji's family has just moved in, and she's about to open a bakery in the apartment complex. Curious, Gil-gu decides to check out the bakery. There, he meets Seonji's close younger sister, A-ra. Shortly after, Gil-gu goes inside to buy a pastry. A-ra asks if he lives nearby, as they have a promotion for residents. When Gil-gu gives his apartment number, A-ra realizes he lives right above her. She calls her sister Seonji to greet their new neighbor. Seeing Seonji's face, Gil-gu recalls the terrifying moment from last night. He immediately runs away without saying a word. Seeing this, Seonji chases after him, but she only wants to give him a grand opening gift from the shop. Her suddenly gentle demeanor confuses Gil-gu completely. The person who aggressively choked him last night is now completely different. Late that night, Gil-gu sees Seonji again in the lobby. Her bizarre behavior makes him really curious. He immediately runs downstairs to see what's happening. There, Gil-gu sees Seonji in a scuffle with an older man. He rushes over and grabs the man by the collar, repeatedly calling him a pervert. But it turns out this man is Seonji's father. Hearing this, Gil-gu takes the father Sang-soo's hand and hits his own head with it, and he apologizes profusely. He makes an excuse, saying he was just buying milk and saw them. I thought she was being attacked by a pervert, so I reacted. So, have you seen it at night? After a brief hesitation, Gil-gu admits he met her in the elevator. At the time, I thought she was drunk and that's why she attacked me. Hearing this, Seonji lunges at Gil-gu and chokes him. Sang-soo stops his daughter and tells Gil-gu to stay away from them. Back in their apartment, Sang-soo scolds A-ra for not watching Seonji, letting her wander into the street and nearly get hit by a car. Finding the family too strange, Gil-gu secretly follows them the next day. The demon inside Seonji forces Sang-soo to take her out. He takes her out to eat and drink, catering to her every whim like a child. He does this to protect his daughter's body from any harm. Suddenly, the demon has a fit and passes out. Sang-soo has to carry her back, but he suddenly throws out his back. The demon starts to fall backward, but luckily Gil-gu is there to catch her. After this incident, Sang-soo is taken to the hospital for treatment, and Gil-gu takes on the responsibility of carrying Seonji home. The next day, Gil-gu visits Sang-soo in the hospital. He again makes an excuse, saying he was just taking out the trash. There, Sang-soo reveals to Gil-gu that Seonji is possessed by a demon. The demon has been inside Seonji since birth, and it takes over her body every day at 2 a.m. for about 3 hours. It's an ancient family curse, and if you don't give it what it wants, there's no telling what it will do. Sang-soo begs Gil-gu for help, offering to hire him to stay by Seonji's side and protect her. Gil-gu initially refuses, but accepts after the father's persistent pleading. The next day, Gil-gu starts working at Seonji's bakery. Strangely, she has no idea she's possessed by a demon. Conversely, the demon knows everything about Seonji's normal life. When night falls, Gil-gu stays by the side of the demon inside Seonji. As gentle and sweet as she is during the day, she becomes unimaginably rebellious and crazy at night. The demon even reveals that she's fallen for Gil-gu. Hearing this, he remembers Sang-soo's warning. The demon will do anything to break you. If you surrender, it will win and become stronger. So, Gil-gu shouts in her face, "I'm not that easy to fool." Just then, the demon craves a fun-fong snack and runs to a convenience store. Her strange behavior leaves the store clerk completely bewildered. At the same time, a little girl comes to buy the same snack, but the demon has taken them all. The girl can only watch from afar as the demon eats with craving. Noticing this, the demon throws the snack on the ground just to spite the girl. Gil-gu wonders, what is a demon doing in Seonji's body? The demon reveals, her ancestor committed a great sin against me, a sin that can never be forgiven, so she must bear this punishment. If you don't obey my orders, even I can't be sure what I'll do to her. The demon then goes on a rampage, kicking and breaking everything. She even tries to eat a live cicada before Gil-gu stops her. In the following days, Gil-gu lives between two emotional extremes. By day, he's charmed by the beauty and sweetness of his boss, Seonji, while at night, he has to endure everything the demon does. The demon also has a special talent for predicting the future, so A-ra constantly pesters her about which stocks will rise. Sang-soo and A-ra try everything to get the demon out of Seonji's body. From exorcisms and spells to angry outbursts, nothing works. That evening, Gil-gu challenges the demon to a bet. If he wins, he wants to know how to expel the demon from Seonji. In return, if he loses, he must serve the demon for twice as long. The bet is decided by a claw machine game. In the first 2 turns, Gil-gu fails to grab anything. But on his last turn, he uses a different tactic, pushing instead of grabbing. And with that, he defeats the demon. The demon keeps her promise and tells Gilgu the way. If you call my name and tell me to leave this body 3 times, I will leave immediately. But the demon has no intention of revealing her name. The next day, a young man visits Sanji's bakery. As he enters, he bumps into Gilgu. Sanji immediately apologizes to the man. He slowly reaches for Sanji's hand, but Gilgu blocks him. Annoyed, the man leaves. Gilgu can't help but wonder why Sanji loves mint flavor, while the demon absolutely hates it. Sanji also reveals that she often has strange dreams. I keep wandering around, but I'm not alone. Something is with me, as if it's protecting me. It feels very warm and comforting. Gilgu smiles, thinking she's talking about him, until she says it feels like a stray dog following her, at which point Gilgu's smile vanishes. That night, Gilgu is once again serving the demon. Just then, a river rescue team boat passes by. On a bridge above, an older man is contemplating suicide. The man looks down and sees the demon running toward him. But the demon doesn't stop him from jumping. Instead, she encourages him to do it. Seeing this, Gilgu tries to cover her mouth, but fails. She keeps telling the man to jump, saying nothing will happen. To prove her point, the demon jumps into the river for him to see. Panicked, Gilgu jumps in after her to save her, but surprisingly, he can't find her anywhere. Only after the rescue team pulls Gilgu onto their boat does everyone see her. The demon is swimming like a professional athlete in the vast, deep river. Seeing this, the man no longer wants to jump and quietly leaves. The next day, the news reports on the demon's incident, suggesting she has the potential to be an outstanding swimmer. When Sangsu finds out, he grabs Gilgu by the collar to question him, accusing him of not taking proper care of Seonji. Just as he's about to hit Gilgu, Seonji appears. And just like that, he smiles and hugs Gilgu as if nothing happened. That evening, Gilgu and Seonji go for a walk. At this point, she hasn't been possessed by the demon yet. She reveals that today is her mother's death anniversary. Her mother passed away when she was only 8. Though much time has passed, Seonji still misses her mother dearly. The two then decide to go see a movie. They watch a romance where the main characters share a sweet kiss. Nearby, another couple is also making out. Gilgu's heart flutters when Sanji proactively touches his hand. Unable to control himself, Gilgu holds her hand tightly. But Seonji gives a sly smile, as the demon has now possessed her, and with just a touch of her hand, she has conquered Gilgu's heart. Too embarrassed, he lies, saying, "I was just pretending too." He begs the demon to leave Seonji. She can't sleep well and can't study abroad. Don't you feel sorry for her? The demon offers Gilgu a condition. If you can genuinely make me happy, I might reconsider. Shortly after, the demon stares at an ocean scene on a large screen. Seeing this, Gilgu offers to take her to the sea, but since it's dark, she says it's fine to go during the day, even if it's with Seonji. The next day, Gilgu takes Sanji to the sea, and he takes a few photos of her. There, Sanji asks Gilgu, "We went to the movies together, right?" This startles Gilgu. He realizes that Seonji probably wasn't possessed when she asked him to the movies. That touch might have been hers, not the demon's. After fulfilling the promise to go to the sea, Gilgu asks the demon how much of a break she'll give him. The demon replies, 5 minutes. Gilgu keeps begging for more time, which infuriates her. Why does everyone want me to leave? I said to genuinely make me happy, not genuinely want me gone. The demon rips out a handful of grass and starts chewing it. Gilgu tries to stop her, but he can't. Gilgu then gives her a bottle of water to rinse her mouth, and he gently wipes the dirt from her lips, promising that he will truly make her happy. In the following days, Gilgu takes her everywhere she wants to go. He lets her play any game she requests, and a radiant smile begins to appear on her face. Gilgu takes her to a photo booth and makes her smile and pose for a good picture. She follows his instructions without a second thought. Looking at the photos, Gilgu praises how pretty she is, but she says, "That's not the real me." She then draws her true face for him. She even claims to be famous as a beautiful demon, while Gilgu is left speechless by the portrait. After all Gilgu has done, the demon promises to reduce possession time by 30 minutes. Sangsu is overjoyed when he hears about this. Gilgu reveals that the demon loves to dance. Hearing this, A-Ra wants to get rid of the demon that very night. That evening, they take the demon to a bar to party. The demon is bewildered, as it's her first time in such a place. In a moment of distraction, Gilgu loses sight of the demon, so he frantically searches for her. He finds her arguing with the man who bumped into him at the bakery. Gilgu rushes over to stop the man, and even claims to be her boyfriend. Only then does the man agree to leave. The next day, the man from the bar unexpectedly finds Gilgu. This man, Young Sik, also knows about Seonji's possession. He insists that he will exorcise the demon himself. It turns out Young Sik has been secretly following Seonji and the demon. The demon is well aware that Young Sik wants to get rid of her. She warns Gilgu not to trust him or do anything foolish, or else she will completely devour Seonji. That day, a woman approaches Seonji. She asks Seonji to tie her shoelaces as her arm is in a cast. Seonji happily helps her. Afterward, the woman gives Seonji a piece of candy as a thank you. On the bus, Seonji eats it and unknowingly falls asleep. When the bus stops, Young Sik gets on. Meanwhile, Gilgu calls Seonji, but she doesn't answer. Sang-soo checks her phone's location and sees it's far away. Gilgu immediately borrows the phone and sets off to find Seonji. On the other side, she is being tied up by Young-sik. This is also when the demon takes over. Young-sik has prepared everything to destroy the demon in Seonji. Just as Young-sik is about to strike, Gilgu suddenly appears. He charges in but gets a severe beating from Young-sik. Gilgu can do nothing but take the blows. Young-sik keeps telling Gilgu, "I'm just trying to help you." He also insists that Gilgu's soul has been captured by the demon. In a moment of carelessness, Gilgu grabs a stick and attacks Young-sik. Just like that, the two fight each other with sticks in hand. Gilgu completely overpowers Young-sik. He pays back everything he received earlier, with interest. After defeating Young-sik, Gilgu unties the demon. Together, they also destroy the camera Young-sik had set up. Through Young-sik's special glasses, Seonji looks like a completely different woman. On the way back, the demon tells Gilgu everything about herself. Many years ago, a plague ravaged the country, and she lost her father and sister. Then one day, a famous shaman came to her village. She said everyone would die without a sacrifice. With nothing else to offer, the villagers chose her as the sacrifice. A compassionate family in the village buried her ashes in a jar. Then, 50 years later, Seonji's great-grandmother found that jar. Seonji's great-grandmother used the jar to make pickles. With nowhere else to go, she possessed the old woman first. From then on, she became filled with rage. At the time, the woman was pregnant with Seonji's grandmother, and so she entered the growing life inside the womb. Through generations, she possessed Seonji's mother, and now, Seonji herself. Then, she discovered someone had recognized and approached her. That's why she convinced Sang-soo to move constantly. She was always afraid they would harm her, so she pretended to be a real demon so no one would dare hurt her. She once had a very happy time living in Seonji's family. But then, Seonji's mother suddenly fell gravely ill. Before she died, she begged the spirit, "Don't stay with Seonji, come with me." At that moment, she wanted to go with her but couldn't. On the 1000th full moon since leaving the jar, she will vanish from this world to wander in eternal darkness with painful memories. Only if she is sealed back in that jar with true compassion and spends the remaining 50 years can she find peace. The demon has been searching for that jar all this time, but she could never find it. Returning home, Gilgu is deep in thought after hearing her story. He doesn't want her to disappear like that, or at least, he wants her to go to a better place. For days, the demon refuses to leave her room or see anyone. Sang-soo asks Gilgu what happened, but he can't tell him because she begged him not to tell her family. She wants to leave quietly so no one has to worry. Gilgu suddenly asks Sang-soo about Seonji's great-grandmother's house. He says it's still there and gives him directions. Gilgu immediately heads there. After a long day of searching, he finally arrives. Gilgu begins searching for the jar that once held the demon's ashes. He digs continuously from night until the next morning. He digs out the entire garden but finds nothing. He feels helpless as time is running out because tonight is the 1000th full moon and the demon will disappear. Just then, Gilgu sees a bird chirping on a large stone. His intuition tells him something is underneath it. After much effort, Gilgu manages to lift the stone. He keeps digging deeper and finally sees the jar. He is completely overwhelmed with emotion at this moment. Gilgu grabs the jar and runs as fast as he can back to the city, as the demon doesn't have much time left before the 1000th full moon. Meanwhile, the demon has prepared everything to leave. She quietly goes into Aira's room to say goodbye. Then, she and Sang-soo go to the store to buy her favorite Fun-Fong snack. There, the demon sees the little girl from the other day. Wanting the girl to have the snack, the demon says she doesn't like it anymore, and she picks a different one. Outside, the demon tells Sang-soo that from now on he can say whatever he wants, something she had never allowed him to do before. Sang-soo looks surprised, still not understanding what's happening. He really wants to scold the demon, but he holds back. He's afraid of offending the demon and harming his daughter's body. Seeing Sang-soo's back reminds her of the times he carried her, and the moments he walked beside her, catering to her whims. The demon tells Sang-soo, "You've done a great job all this time." In her final moments, the demon desperately wants to say goodbye to Gilgu, but there's no way to contact him. Just then, Gilgu rushes over, clutching the jar. He takes her hand and runs to another place. Gilgu quickly shows her the jar. Seeing his dirt-covered hands and muddy feet, the demon is deeply moved. She asks him why he went to such lengths. "Are you pitying me?" But Gilgu says, "Because I hate the thought of you just disappearing. I want you to forget everything and go to a better place." You turn away to hide your smile. Pretend to be asleep when you see. I'm tired. And you water dead flowers. What kind of evil spirit does that? Gilgu knew all along that the demon was deceiving everyone. She tried to act like a demon, but deep down, she was an angel. He understood how lonely and difficult her life had been, and now, he hopes she can move on to a brighter world. Here, Gilgu asks for the demon's real name. Through tears, she tells him it's Moonjang, a name associated with moonlight, which Gilgu finds beautiful. Gilgu begins to open the jar, and calls Moonjang's name 3 times to release her from Seonji's body. On the second call, she runs and embraces Gilgu tightly. She thanks him for everything, for always being by her side. Thank you for what you've done and for the smiles you brought her. With tears in his eyes, Gilgu is forced to call her name one last time. Munjang begins to fall into a deep sleep, and her spirit slowly enters the jar to go to a better, brighter place. After Munjang leaves, Seonji goes abroad to study. Aira opens her own small bakery. Sangsu moves away after selling the house and the bakery. And Gilgu returns to the job he once quit out of boredom. Sometime later, Seonji completes her studies abroad. As soon as she returns, she calls her father. But before meeting him, she wants to see someone else. Someone who moved her heart from the very first moment. From seeing him pick up broken glass in front of her shop, to eagerly wanting to go to the sea with him. She even refused to let her sister Aira come along, and cherished the heart-fluttering moment in the movie theater. Seonji calls Gilgu. He still lives in the same old apartment complex. There, he still keeps Munjang's jar, a beautiful world he created just for her. And that's where the movie, Pretty Crazy, comes to an end. See you again in the next recap.